Welcome back, Demon Slayers. Nice to see you today on this beautiful Monday. Right now, I'm going to do a psychic tarot reading. And we're going to be looking for any specific messages we might have for a particular individual and or group right now today. Today really is a beautiful and glorious day, like for everyone. Today's a great day to find, seek out, and officialize any collaborations that you may have had in mind, or thinking about, you know. Today's a great day for that. The universe is supporting that. For anyone who's got anything in their life that they can or want to collaborate on, today is a great, beautiful day. Alright, so, first out, breaking generational curses in the reverse. Let's see, I think I want to do... What energy or energies are we looking at today, right now? What demon can we help cast out? We have influential forces in the reverse. We have moth to a flame in the reverse. Come on. We have balancing karma. And we also have third-party agent. Okay, corrupt underwriters. All right. We have respectful in the upright. We have orchestrate in the upright. We have tamper in the upright. We have honor and respect in the reverse. We have communication in the upright. resistance in the upright. The Four of Swords in reverse. Six of Wands in the reverse. All right, that's too many. Thank you, though. One at a time, please. Ten of Wands in the reverse. Eight of Swords in the upright. We have the King of Wands in the upright. And last but not least, we have the Ace of Swords in the upright. Okay, so our collective reading earlier confirmed to us that a lot of us are going to start seeing our karmics, the ones that went up against us. We'll be able to witness the rendering of those consequences today in the 3D. Like, they're going to start whatever God has in store for them as consequence for their actions and their thoughts and intentions. We're going to see that. This is for someone particular, or maybe just a group of people, all right, who have been through the same or similar story. Okay, we're talking about people who have literally orchestrated a community of people to prevent you from ascending. Like, man, that's rough. That's rough. And I'm already going to label this a group of people, okay? Because this message comes out through many readers that I have seen. This is probably the first time it's come out for me in terms of, well, definitely in terms of making videos, right? All right, but I'm seeing right before me that this is somebody, whoever you are that I'm speaking to, there are divine masculines and feminines within this energy, okay? That this applies to. Divines. Divine feminine, divine masculine, all of the in between. All right, we're talking about for those of you who have, like, whoever this is, whoever you are that I'm speaking to, you've kind of been behind the scenes and kind of sort of aware that this is all going on. But I feel like this is confirmation for someone out there that, okay, yes, it's true. Like, you know, gang stalking is a very real thing. And there is a very real thing that people in positions of power want to prevent other people from rising and receiving their own power. I mean, these are just facts of life. I mean, look through history, read your books. You know, fiction, nonfiction, it doesn't matter, all right? There are just plain out evil people in the world, or people that like to utilize evil in the wrong ways. All right, this is your confirmation. All right, this is a confirmation that there's definitely paperwork involved in all of this, and it was forged. All right, for some of y'all, it was medical documents. For others, we're talking about some type of insurance policy. All right, so medical and insurance is what I'm seeing right here, right now. All right, you've got corrupt underwriters that look like they've already been exposed. So the people, the scribes, whoever decided that they were going to write whatever notes that they wanted into these documents and this paperwork, they have already been exposed. They've been watched for over a year now. For over a year. People have had very close eyes on them. And I feel like the pandemic really kind of encouraged people to get into this. You know, during the pandemic, you didn't have as much direct supervision, like right behind you and staring at your computer while you're doing your work, because a lot of us were dispersed and isolated and forced to work remotely. All right, and this seemed to really encourage some people who had found themselves, what am I going to do for money? It made them vulnerable to offers and opportunities from people in power who had money, you know. And this to them was their way of securing their own security, you know. They can pay their rent, they can take care of their kids or whatever, you know, but all they have to do is sign the dotted line. And they start forging, okay? So whatever divine I'm talking to right now, somebody has forged some documents, either medical or insurance, under your name, okay? You may or may not, you may not have seen these documents yet. You may not have seen these documents yet, because I understand that there had to be an investigation into these writers first, these scribes and these underwriters. There had to be an investigation launched into it, okay? And the first thing, like once they completed all or part of their investigation, the first thing they had to do was shut these people down, right? They had to shut them down. Okay, you're fired, you cut, whatever. All right. Then the investigation has to continue from there. Okay, who is this person? The name that they're forging, their signature, everything. Where are they at? Do they exist? And so that's when they start going around and start talking to families and stuff like this. And this is, you know, and then that takes forever. You know what I mean? So like this is, I say for a year, but it was probably a year worth of investigation to get these people fired. And then it required quite some time, 1 to 2 years, to go out into the world and find these people whose signatures and names they were forging onto these documents. All right. And in cases where, like, I just understand there was so much to get through, and they had to collect so much evidence. Like, they had to prove that these people were tampering with the documents based on, like, other people. How do I phrase it? They just had to connect everyone. Because if you're not able to clearly connect people to doing certain things, working behind the scenes, then it's never going to hold up in court. You know what I'm saying? And the investigation is worth nothing if you can't come up with some type of evidence. And since a lot of people were working strictly online, it involved a different level of investigator. You know, you're talking about people who are dedicated to investigating strictly online elements. And, you know, I mean, we're talking like hacker level type of people that had to get involved in this. Because not everyone knows how to get in that deep into the internet. A lot of things can be hidden for a long time on the internet. And if you don't know where to look or how to get into these things, like, it's worthless. It's absolutely worthless. But I feel like during this time, during all this investigation, they they found someone. They pinpointed someone who has money or had money that they invested, and they were able to then. So they did all the online research and stuff. So then they found whoever was signature was being forwarded, and then they found whoever started paying people to do certain things, and they were able to follow the money. And I'm telling you, once you can pinpoint whose money, and you follow that, like it's all down. Like it's nobody can argue anything at that point. But the investigation doesn't stop for just there, right? You may be able to follow the money, but then you've got to prove that the money was sent to so and so particularly for this job or particularly to do something illegal. You know what I'm saying? And it's finally all coming out just simply because they this is about money. It is 100% about money. Okay? So even for some of y'all, let's say with the medical records, looks like they were working on trying to get you locked up into an institution of some kind. All right. And if you have kids, they can take those kids on, and then the state, and then if whatever you they were going to receive money off of this governmentally. So this is definitely a federal crime as well. But and let me tell you, I genuinely get the feeling that even if this is your family, right, that you are not the only person they have targeted. You are not the only person. They've targeted other people as well, and it looks like some of them were actually successful. And that's sad, but it adds to your case. It adds to their consequences and how they can and will be rendered. In the 3D, of course. So yeah, I am talking all 3D. I'm not talking about just God's judgment, because God's coming in with his own stuff, right? But I mean, as far as like the 3D and the people, like there have been people in the background working for you. There really have been. And we're talking about good agencies, good agents. Okay, so I will say this much to you. All right. If some of you are wondering or trying to expect a payment out of this, that may not be how you are receiving your reparations. I do get that much. Because, I mean, think about it. If these people actually, if they did it for the money, don't you think they probably spent it all? Yeah. Yeah, they spent it all. For some of us, no. Some of us, there is still something to be returned to us physically, monetarily. Okay, but for other people, the money's gone. The money is gone. The money is gone. Okay, that doesn't mean they're gonna still not legally owe you, or whatever agencies that they are gonna end up owing in the end, right? That doesn't mean that. But I am receiving right now from the universe and from God that regardless, you're going to receive reparations. You will, it may not and probably will not come from their hands directly, but in other ways, in other forms, via other paths, God is opening gates to allow that money, the time, everything that was stolen to return back to you, okay? To return back to you. The biggest thing is that he's ending all of the blockages that they've given you. The biggest thing is that you'll be able to actually, when you go and you create something, you'll actually be able to keep it. You'll actually be recognized for it. You'll actually receive the profits from it. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything's going back to its rightful place and order. Yes, this has been a long time coming for a lot of people. But on the other hand, there were people who did have the foresight. As soon as they heard the pandemic go down, they knew that this was going to open an opportunity for hackers, for in this case, we're talking about scribes and underwriters. It was going to give them the biggest opportunity to go in and scam people. They knew this, okay, but they were prepared. They were prepared. Little did these people know, because they've got such a narrow-minded idea of things. These people really, honestly, 100% honestly believe that they would never be caught. Ever. Ever. And so amongst these people, amongst this community, you have to have that one person kind of interchanging between everybody, right? This is usually a person that has the gift of gab. They're the person that has like a lot of charisma. They're the ones that go in, they create these personal relationships with people, and then it's easier for them to convince them to forge documents. These are people who, give the woe story. Oh, she took everything from me, and she's so evil, and she, took the kids, and she's doing this. She's a horrible person, blah, 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 blah. She needs to be locked up, but blah, 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 blah. And then so the other person, because they're so flattered by all the attention, oh, what? You're flirting with me? Okay, I'll forge this document for you. Bro, I can't stand people. But yeah, okay. These people are all paying the consequence. So don't worry. Don't worry about that. They're getting it, okay? So karma is being balanced. Karma is being balanced, and it is not looking pretty for these people at all. All right. And then you, divine, you've literally just kept to yourself. You've literally just been working on what it is that you do every day. You're not looking at anybody. You're not concerned with anyone, or haven't been concerned with anyone. All right, so my message to you right now is don't be surprised. You've already kind of picked up on this energy personally, and then it looks to me like you also kind of watch readings and stuff and things and try to keep up with that. So you're aware of the situation, and it's the 3D, all right, and the physical realm and the spiritual realm are finally merging, so that everything is clear, everything is known, and then everything can move into its rightful positions. Oh man, oh man, oh man. So both underwriters and the scribes, they're already facing consequences. The money's already been traced. Everyone's been identified. Most people are already connected with some type of evidence. And your runaround guy, the one with the charisma that's setting up all of these people to work together unknowingly, like these people don't even know that they weren't the only person approached and conned into forging signatures. they're not the only ones. They don't know that this person is also going around to other people and having even more developed and created. They're just pawns. They were just pawns. Pawns that literally sold their soul. They sold their soul, either for flirting and attention or for money. But regardless, it looks like the money traces back to even these people too, who are just, for those who are just doing it out of flattery, the money ties to them too. So it may not have started with them forging based on receiving money, but it definitely is ending that way. There is money there are money connections. All right. But it looks like everything, the whole case is coming to a close. And everyone who has participated have been linked successfully and provided evidence for, and are all going down one by one. Like I said, the underwriters and the scribes, they've already been taken out. All right, they were the first to go. It was kind of easy just because, if a company, companies don't want that on their back because they can lose their license, etc. All right, so it was kind of easy for those individuals to be cut out of their jobs. And I mean, there were a lot of people. You see this moth to a flame right here? All right, they were really, really attracted to whatever false light that was being shown on them. And they let flattery get the best of them, and or money. All right, but this is all ending with a victory, obviously. So that's good. Let's see, and the communication right here, all right? So to me, this is confirmation that you're going to receive confirmation that all of this has transpired and gone down. Like, you are literally going to be the last one to know. You are going to be the last one that sees the consequences and the evidence. Like, the whole case hasn't even been presented to you in person. Nobody has come to you and say, hey, we're doing an investigation. Like, nobody's even interviewed you. Like, it was very clear that this was, against you. So they've done their own research and their own, looking into you. But you've never had an official interview. And no one has ever informed you that this investigation was even happening. But that communication is coming in. The way it feels, like maybe within the next 2 weeks. Okay? And the only demon that you're really facing right now, because these are the demons, right? They're being taken down. Like, it's being done for you. You don't even have to lift a finger. Okay? God promised that. You're not even having to lift a finger. By living your life in truth and staying in the light where everyone can see you, that is why all of this was able to go down. Because nothing was adding up. Okay, you're saying all this, you're saying they're crazy, or you're saying they're dead, but why? How come we see their work? They're still working and they're focused and they're not worried about whatever. They seem pretty confident to me. We've had multiple people approach them, kind of feel them out, see where they are mentally, these professionals, and there's nothing there. So if there's nothing there, then why are they doing this? And thus launched said investigations. So this is good. Demons to look out for. I would say with this communication is going to come a whole lot of hostility. And while I don't feel like most of it will be able to reach you, they may try, okay? And don't take it as a sign that you're not protected or secure, or that don't take it personally. Don't entertain it either. Like, I don't get that you're a person to really entertain it in the first place, okay? But I feel like the news of this, the communication with this, is really going to shock you. It's really going to shock you. You're going to be like, man, I knew it. I knew it. I felt it. I felt it. I kept reading it. But then when it actually hits you in the physical 3D, you're going to be shocked. You're going to be surprised. Okay, but just know that regardless of what happens, and or how anybody may want to lash out at you, like, just let them. Okay, if that's the only way they can feel better about themselves in the situation, go ahead, because it's the last time they're going to try to even be able to try to make them feel better by getting to you. This is, like, they're done for. All right. So don't entertain hostility or hatred or jealousy or anything like that. All right. They need to be focusing their anger on themselves and trying to figure out, why and how. What within them was not fulfilled that made them think that doing all of these things would be okay. That's their journey to take, not yours. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, literally, God has done the work for you. Because you did the work for yourself, God's doing this work for you. So please watch out for this communication. It's going to be, I say, in the next 2 weeks. All right? It's kind of interesting. Like, I kind of, yeah. They have kept eyes on you. All right? Like, the investigators and so forth, they have. Because they knew what was being planned. And believe it or not, there were, they stopped some plans coming in for you. Particular plans that were made to take you out. Like, that you're going to learn who was doing what, and which individuals actually stopped some things actually happening to you. I mean, we're talking like this is a variety of things depending on who you are. All right, some of these things are poisoning, some are arson, some are just attacking you randomly on the street as you're walking, this kind of thing. These are literal actual attacks that were stopped in action before it ever got to you. You were never made aware of this. And the reason why is because they were trying to pull out other people. They know, okay, if we take down this targeter, somebody else is going to step up and try it again. And sure enough, like, this isn't just one incident that these investigators, these detectives, these people have stopped someone or a group from doing something to you, like, major. And you may have gone through a lot of stuff and you might think otherwise, but I promise, you think what you've been through was bad, what they had planned was so much worse. And it was stopped physically in the 3D. It wasn't just God. Yes, God orchestrated it, right? He put it on these people's hearts and these minds. So you have a lot to be grateful for, my dears. And when this communication meets you, I hope and pray that you take it honorably, respectfully, and just move on. It hasn't stopped us people who, have been walking the good path. It hasn't stopped you yet. Okay, so don't let it stop you now. And don't be concerned with, okay, let's say maybe it was an inheritance of some kind that they were trying to keep you out of, right? If they spent all that money, do not be concerned with how it gets returned back to you. It will be returned, and it will be God's judgment on how it gets returned. Because if they spent it all, they spent it all. You know what I mean? There's nothing that you or I can do about that. But we know how the universe works. Okay, and we've already been promised to receive everything that not only belongs to us, but that was stolen, that was lost, etc. Everything that we sacrificed, it will return back to us. All right, and let me know, like when this communication comes through, come through for us, you know, confirm to us, validate to us what happened, what's going on. Like, you don't have to give too many details, just be like, yeah, you know what, there were some things going on behind the scenes, and I got confirmation and communication on it this week or that week, whatever. But it's working out, my dears. It is working out. It is working out. I'm so sorry that, you know, people in this world are so driven by money and material that they are willing to take out actual human beings. But you're turning a new cycle. You're turning a new page. All right? And congratulations for working through all this. And I encourage you to continue. I encourage you to continue. I love you. You're a beautiful soul. So come back to see me. See what else that we've got for you, okay? Like, share, subscribe, comment. All right, I'd love to hear from you. And in the meantime, have a beautiful Monday. All right, relax. Take advantage of the energies today, which are encouraging us to collaborate. And have a beautiful week. Have a beautiful week. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.